Welcome to the Dancing Oracle with Najia. I'm here this evening to do a collective reading. It's the kind of reading that if it's meant to reach you, it will. If you have a feeling in your heart that you're meant to listen to this, then there's a message in here for you. So I just want to get some more fire going and tune in, cleanse myself, cleanse the cards with sage, and work on that. So when I do a reading, I was already shuffling, but I'll shuffle a little more till it feels right. When I do a reading, I ask for my guides to tune in to the guides of whoever I'm reading. And in this case, because it's for the collective, I'm asking my guides to tune in for the people I'm supposed to reach in my audience, and show them some insight and give messages for their highest good. So that's what a collective reading is. I like watching them on other YouTube channels, other tarot channels. Really enjoy them. All right, so let me just put the cards down for a moment. Actually, I'll show you what I'm putting down. Even though I'm laying them down in this manner, it is based on, if you're a reader or if you have interest in tarot, the meanings are based on the Celtic Cross traditional spread. They're just in this tight little format that I got this idea from Ellie Dreams Down Under. She's a wonderful reader. I watch her often. I really like her. She's from Australia, and she does her cards, her Celtic Cross. She doesn't say it's a Celtic Cross, but it's clearly the meanings of the Celtic Cross. And she puts them in this exact same format. And I find it really helpful, especially when there's no space. But I also like the relationship of the meanings between the cards based on where they're at. So anyway, I'm just going to take a quick look and let you see. Everything's going to be, but it looks like we have an issue here with balancing some resources and really wanting to have a completely brand new start. There's two things that showing there really wants to be a brand new start. And and this one is risk taking, but the risk taking lends a fear of being left out in the cold and impoverished. And there's issues with following your intuition and having a lot of sorrow, but a lot of forgiveness and trying to hold your boundaries and needing to rest, and a lot of apathy and giving up hope. And then maybe there's too much interference or prying eyes upon you. So let me go deeper into the meanings of what's actually happening here in this spread and who it's for. But it seems like I never know what these readings are going to be about till I pull the cards and they tell a story. So the last one I did was all about a love breakup. It was so clear that everything was about that. The cards kept doing that over and over, showing me that. This one, based on what I just showed you, just pull this down a little bit, seems to be more about, all right, so someone is making a lot of bad decisions with money and juggling resources around. Resources are money, but it's also things that affect your health. So having a little difficulty with a balancing act because it's in reverse. It's already difficult in this position as, excuse me, I'm so itchy every time I do a reading. My mom said, she's passed away, but she would always say, if you're If your nose itches, if your face itches, it means someone's thinking about you or talking about you. Maybe it's my mom. And she's like, "Oh my God, Najia, what are you doing? Being a tarot reader on YouTube. Boy, your life has changed." So, but everyone always knew I'm intuitive and um, I'm the different one in the family, an artist and all that, and do everything different. But anyway, I'm so itchy all the time. Whenever I do readings, it's so weird. I get itchy constantly on YouTube. It's so strange. So I'm not sure what this is about, but anyway, so when this card is in reverse, it's already hard to juggle your resources. But this is showing that you're really being irresponsible in reverse, that you're being irresponsible. And you're really wanting this new start. You're really wanting to just almost blindly go into the sunlight and just have faith and go off a cliff. And this attitude of wanting that so badly is the reason, because you don't have a sense of direction. This is the obstruction card. To this card is the main card. The one that's acting foolish with money and resources and just totally out of balance, really out of balance, being irresponsible. And what is causing that is acting foolish. So when this is obstructing this card, it's always read in the reversed position. So what's happening here is that someone is having a difficult time taking care of themselves on planet Earth because they lack a sense of direction. And they're just looking for their purpose. They're looking to just throw themselves out there and hope the universe catches them. But yes, that can sometimes work, right? Because you have your angels and guides there, but you also have to pay the consequences of doing so. There's ways to find your path by self-reflection and tuning in, and then with that comes the ability and the faith to then make that new start and just open your heart and because you have grounded yourself in the feeling of connection to the universe as opposed to I don't know what to do, I'm lost. So there seems to be some sense with this person or people who are meant to hear this, not knowing how to find their way, okay? And conscious thoughts is really having a lot of passion for a new start, really thinking about, I want to start something new. And this person, even though the money is slipping out of their hands or, it's not going well, and maybe their health has a hard time too, as represented by the pentacles in reverse, but they have a lot of passion. They have a lot of inner drive, which is why they can be the fool, which is why they can just go off that cliff with their little doggy and there's a little doggy, little spirit animal, loyal spirit animal following them. And they can, they're enterprising. This person or people, they know how to just whoosh and they're really good at new starts. They're really good at like starting something but maybe they're not good at completion and thinking things through, is what I'm getting from the reading, okay? So some people are really passionate and they know how to, just to forge ahead. So that's this person, just so thirsty. Please excuse me, but it's difficult to speak without a little liquid. And and the subconscious thoughts is really feeling impoverished, like left out in the cold. Now, I'm drawn to, oh, my nails are chipped. I'm drawn to the church window. There's many meanings of this card. This is considered like a poverty card. But right now, because I'm tuning into who's meant to hear this, I'm drawn to the fact that they're very spiritual. I'm just listening on the inner. Bear with me as I listen on the inner. They're looking for that light. They're looking for that direction in their faith. But no matter what they're doing, there's an aspect of themselves, because there's some things not working out in supporting themselves. The money is slipping away, and they're feeling a bit shut out. Maybe from their faith, maybe from a large group of people, that have the warmth and security. In some aspect, they may feel left out from the community, okay? They're feeling left out in the cold because of, well, when I look at the rest of the reading, they're being kind of maybe judged, or they've been having some failures, and there's that feeling of a lot of disappointment. Now, in the recent past, or in the past, this is in the past, this person has gone within their divine feminine to look for answers. They are seeking the mysteries of life. So I was getting that right, because I was feeling the spirituality of this card and feeling left out in the cold. So this person is actually very spiritual. Probably why they can take that leap of faith, but it's a little too much. It's foolish, okay? So they've gone within. They've looked for answers behind the veil. They're intuitive. But something is blocking that, is blocking them from something they're seeking, okay? And I can't see the event that happened, but maybe I'll pull a clarifier on what actually happened, or maybe, of course, many things apply to many people. But what's happening in the near future is they're able to forgive. The fact that this is reversed shows there's a chronological issue with, they've been through a lot of disappointment, a lot of sorrow in their heart with the cups. So there's still some cups that are filled, but they're like grieving. They're grieving and cloaked in darkness. They're cloaked in the dark of night, but they're also cloaked in darkness. And they're grieving their loss. But in the reverse position, it says they've come to terms with their loss, their losses, and they're able to move on and forgive. So again, we come back to, in the subconscious thoughts, is feeling really left out in the cold, alienated, feeling like a leper, right? You know, this woman is a leper, ringing the bell, letting people know that she's a leper, don't come near me. And this one is disabled, can barely walk. So really having that ability to move forward, wanting to move forward, having a lot of passion, as we saw in the other cards. This person has a lot of enthusiasm and can whip things up and make them happen, right? But yet it doesn't quite work out. And there's a lot of insecurity. Oh my God. I'm so itchy. It's crazy. Bear with me, audience, as I go through whatever. I have to figure out why every time I read, it's like someone's scratching me, right? It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. And it only happens when I'm reading. I don't know why it happens, but there's something going on. So I'll have to like make peace with whatever spirit is doing this to me. So this is someone that's put up, has to fight to put up their boundaries, and they're feeling very alone. So this is the Nine of Wands in reverse, right? So it's in reverse. And nines represent feeling alone, and if it were in the upright position, they're really good at holding their boundary and putting their foot in the ground and making their claim. But something happened. Something happened, perhaps that was unfair. I'm kind of hearing this on the inner. It has to do with giving up and forgiving finally, and the disappointment that they felt. So I'm getting the feeling, because this is in reverse, that and that they're giving up and surrendering. They were really trying to hold their claim, what they felt was like theirs. So maybe this is a family issue, or could be employment. Could have to do with making new starts, finding your way in life. It's hard to say exactly what the situation is without feedback, because if I were reading for someone, I'd say, well, what does this is what I get from the card. How does that play out in your life? Have you had to really stick up for yourself over and over? And maybe, I'm just assuming it's family, but I don't know that. But intuitively, I'm getting that. And then you're just at that point where, like, I surrender. I'm just so tired of this. I'm just so tired of this fight. And that's the card that represents you, the person I'm trying to reach and read for in this audience, the one that this is meant for you. And in your environment is like total exhaustion. Really needing to take time out and rest and meditate. This is also how other people see you. So they see that you are that you have exhausted yourself. You have exhausted yourself, and that this is a time out to reflect. It would be really important for you to go within again. I mean, it showed that you already have done that, to go within and meditate. And I know you want to make this forge ahead, a new start, and be the fool and go have all this new things in your life. You're you're wanting to, you know, I'm trying to just think, like you're maybe just keeping yourself busy, and to avoid yourself, to avoid dealing with that quiet space to go within. Perhaps it's that. I'm also seeing that this card where you meditate because you're forced to, because the universe has exhausted you and you're forced to like take time out. It's under this card that is under that feeling of being left out in the cold, out of the church, feeling ostracized in some way, out of the community, out of feeling of warmth, and singing and rejoicing in the light like you would in a church building, and hearing an inspiring sermon. So somehow it's saying, like, you just need to go within. And in your hopes and fears, you have the hope card in reverse. It's showing that you're giving up hope, that there's a there's a there's a feeling of of depression, and that you're having a lot of difficulty connecting to that light, connecting to that hope. You're hoping, for hope, and you're having a hard time. And then there's this energy. It's just a weird final outcome. So I want to pull clarifiers on this one and kind of look into the here and now, see what's going on. This is a young testing energy, and it's also prying eyes. So it's someone that is newsy and looks into your business behind the scenes, or test you, like testing energy, like criticizing, with the sword. It's critical, it's communication, and it's cutting. So somebody that can joke around in a little bit of a nasty way and maybe look into your business where they don't belong. So that's kind of showing that in your final outcome, that, and you have a lot of the black crows in the sky. So there's another deck where all the swords are represented by the crows, from blackbirds. So it just reminds me, like, maybe there's too many people in your business, and it has, you've been worn down, but you've decided to forgive. Let me see more information about this for you. All right. So, excuse me, I need a drink. I'm having my fall tea from Trader Joe's. They only sell it a certain time of year. When they run out, it's gone. And I bought like a few boxes. So you're having a difficulty, it's showing this, like wanting to hold on to your resources, really feeling like you want to hold on, that they're being taken from you, and you just want to hold on. And you have, this could be you or someone in your life right now, but it's showing a very generous, nurturing, masculine energy. This could also be a woman with a take charge energy, because remember, this is the kind of person that just can take charge and do a new start. That's kind of a more masculine aspect. So it could even be a female that has that masculine energy. This is like a very fatherly, nurturing, fatherly energy. So that's happening now. You have the sun in reverse. So it's, seeking that enlightenment, but it's a bit diminished because it's in reverse. It's not quite what you were hoping for. And it looks like you've been uprooted from your home. And you're trying to lay a new foundation. But you haven't quite figured out where to go. You're just taking a leap of faith, and maybe you've done that before, and it's drained some resources and letting you feel out in the cold. So this is really trying to rebuild a solid foundation, and there is an uprootment, like you literally probably had to physically move. Okay. And then this is the card of going back to family, returning to family, and to the nostalgia of the family. Going back to the old home, it may be dilapidated, it may be falling apart, but there's still a lot of love there for the memories that were there, even if it's falling apart. And it's just such a sweet card, right? It's the sharing. It's the good old days when you were kids, and you look back when you were younger and life was full of promise and you had all this love to give and to share. And your cups were full. Emotionally, your hearts were open and full. And sometimes as you get older, you get worn down and your heart can close. Because we all love little kids. Their hearts are so big and open, and they just say whatever's on their mind. And babies are just so full of love and expression from the heart. Everything's from the heart when you're little. And then there's life and the sword energy. It can cut you. It can cut you and close off your voice, your communication. So that's what I'm getting. And also in the here and now is, really wanting that happy family reunion type energy, but it's blocked. It's like in reverse. It's like the love is running out. I'm getting, as I see all these family and moving cards in the here and now, all this new start, all this grief, all this forgiveness that I've seen in the spread, and having to take time out. It really, I get the sense it has to do with family. Someone, someone had a really loving father. Maybe they've passed away. They're not, maybe that person's thinking of their dad, and their dad is helping them on the other side. Because I have Temperance, the angel, to balance everything out, and like a guardian angel to look over you and to make the alchemy of balancing out your life. And again, I have a moving on card showing that, you're empowering yourself emotionally right now. You also have another card similar to this, forgiveness after suffering a lot and being unhappy about what's going on. They're very similar in a way. They're all about like moving on with from the pain in the heart. This one has more to do with change and conflict and drastic change. Everything's changing, you're in the middle of the road. This one has to do with more about making like not that change has been inflicted upon you, but that now you're choosing to move on. The changes happen, of course, and there's conflict, but you are taking the higher road. You're going up the mountain, you're seeking, you're seeking that light, you're seeking to move on. You've left, the cups are all upright. You've left the situation in a good way. You haven't been putting people down. You have that love, and you're taking the higher road. You're not criticizing anyone for what they did against you. You stacked it up, made it nice and neat, and you said, well, that was my life. I placed it here, 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 and that's just how it is. I'm not gonna have any anger about it. I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna move on and forgive and empower myself, but I have to go away from these think, I have to, either you have to physically get away from these people, or you have to go within a place within yourself where what they do to you emotionally doesn't bother you, because you're in a higher place. You're in a higher level now. You're a spiritual person. It's showing that in the cards. And in so many ways, you've taken leaps of faith, you're thinking about the spirituality church, you've gone within the mysteries of life and intuition. But this card is showing that you are able to see them for who they are, how much love they can give you. They can't give love to you in the way you wanted. They are where they are. They are where they are. But you can rise above it and look at the bigger picture and love them. And, maybe not play their game, but just try to see them from a higher perspective, to forgive, to remember to forgive, and to move on. Maybe physically move away, or to move on within your heart, to just ascend to that higher place and not judge them for what they need to learn, and just worry about what you need to learn, okay? Because you've been stabbed in the back, and you're at the end of this cycle of having those words used against you and stabbed every which way along all your chakras along you. And anyway, I'm seeing also there was some issues with money, and there was a lot of wealth, but somehow that wealth is imbalanced and not being managed well, okay? And there's a lot of foolish decisions. All right, so I'm gonna just pull some more cards. I want to pull a card on, let me just find that card again. On the final outcome, that testing energy in the final outcome with the page. Where did that page go? That page of swords. Where'd it go? I swear this card was here. I did not imagine the card. I can even look on the video. That's so weird. Where'd it go? Oh, he's under here. He fell under here. All right, so this is the Page of Swords. And I just want to put this down. And I want to use a different deck. Just checked. I hope I was recording. I didn't. I hope I pushed the recording button. Oh, it's horrible when you do a whole video and you forgot to hit record. All right. Let me get another drink and cleanse the card. All right. Oh my gosh, I did a Keanu Reeves reading, did 3 readings on Keanu Reeves for my birthday and the restart of the channel, because me and Keanu we have the same birthday, I thought it'd be a great way to start off reading again publicly on the channel. And oh my God, I had so much. Oh, everyone's commenting and watching and asking me to do more. They're asking me to do more Keanu readings and some other celebrities. I really wasn't considering doing celebrities. I only did him because we have the same birthday. I thought it was a cool idea because it's the rebirth of my year and the rebirth of my channel. So I don't know. I'm considering it. I'm considering everyone's comments, but I think it's going to be more of a sporadic type of thing. It wouldn't be. I don't know. I mean, it was fun to do a reading for him. I did the general reading, explained my process of how I read for people through him, and then I thought, oh, I should do a love and a career. Those are what people ask me most when they hire me. If they do a second reading, they're like, either pick love or career. That's very common, right? And so okay, I'll do that on Keanu. And boy, that love reading, boy, I don't know how many thousands of people have watched that in the last few days. I didn't get to upload that one until after my birthday. So it hasn't been that long and I got so many views. So I almost want to do another reading just because it was good for the channel and it was fun to do. But I feel a little prying, you know, doing public figures. Okay. I'm getting the feeling that that's the card to clarify. Yeah, so Two of Chalices have a lot to do with feeling from the heart coming together and a partnership kind of feeling. So something in the future where you have a meeting of the heart with someone and maybe that person is a little too prying. So I would just be cautious. I would be cautious that I see you've been wounded a lot in your heart, okay? I've seen a lot of heart wounds and a lot of swords come at you. And the need to really contemplate. So what I'm going to say for you who is out there needing to hear this, that you want to be clear about and you want to keep your heart open. It's really important, but you want to keep a part of your heart to yourself, because not everyone is coming from such an open heart position as you. It's showing like the ace of chalices, like you're just overflowing like a fountain of love. That's who you are. You're very giving. You're very open. You're very just like want to just trust in the universe and give. But not everyone thinks like you. They're coming from a different perspective or a different level. We'll just say a different level. You're at a higher level in your heart, and and maybe some people are more earthy and kind of mundane, and they may not understand you and just want to test your energy. So I want to also look into an angel number guidance for you because I think that they're really wonderful cards. And I thought I had them here. There they are, behind the computer. So these are really, oh, I just want to show you my decks because I know people that watch these videos, a lot of readers watch videos. So this is the Divine Illumination. The Divine Illumination. Can't read it backwards on the computer. So it's a beautiful deck and it's gilded. It's got gorgeous illustrations. And this other deck comes in this beautiful little tin. Like it's a little tiny deck. It's a little tiny deck. It's good for travel. It's good for pulling clarifiers. It's hard to shuffle, so it's really just good for pulling the clarifiers. And they make it hard to find out what this is called. It's almost like I have to go on my Amazon to see which deck it is. Oh my gosh. It says Prisma Visions. I don't think that's what the deck is called. Let me just get my glasses. Because I know you're going to ask me in the... It's called Prisma Visions. Tarot cards and other mystical goods in Los Angeles. So I don't know what the deck is called, but that is the company that published these. The creator of this cute little deck that's the name of the company. You can just look for this on Amazon if you are looking for it. Look for that little tin. All right. So, just want to pull an angel card for you. And I like to do a little sound cleansing. And okay. So I hope you're enjoying this reading and you found some meaning in it, some comfort, some validation for what you're going through, and that you find your way. All right. So let me put my glasses on. I got the number 57 angel card for you. All right. Beautiful card. She's going within. She has this beautiful eye above her, a wisdom eye, that she's connected to her crown chakra. All right. All right, let me read this message that's meant for you. You who is going through so many changes and leaps of faith and feeling left out and issues with family and just wanting happiness and wanting love. It says, intention. The time has come for you to deepen your spiritual connection with yourself. Awaken to the truth within and delve into the depths of your being. The intentions you set when rooted in love and guided by the universe will break through any obstacles that stand in your way. It's a beautiful message to leave you with. You know, as I was reading this, I got the feeling, got the message that you've been searching for spirituality a lot, like going after something or something outside yourself, and you did delve in within, seeking, through the high priestess. But there's that impulsiveness that you have to go without and to do things. So that maybe there's more of a message that you need to really go within and find that truth within, not without, like not within some other place or institution, that you really, really need, or within the family. You need to find that truth about you within yourself, and that you need to become more rooted, and just, if you don't know where to be, just root yourself in love. Just root in love and be guided by the universe. And let that guidance from the universe open up your heart, and that will break through anything that stands in your way. So set intentions. It's the intention card. 5 and 7. Be aware of the number 57 showing up in your life on maybe receipts, number of likes on your Facebook page or something like that. You'll probably see that number, and it has meaning for you. 5s are change, 7 is spiritual assessment, and 5 and 7 together is 12, which equals 3, which is a collaboration, feeling a trinity, a unity within a small group. All right, so thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking the time. I enjoy doing readings. I enjoy connecting. And I hope that you've gotten something out of this for yourself. And please tell me about that. Tell me about your experiences you've been going through. If you relate to this video, please tell me about your experience in the comments section. I've been pretty good about answering my comments lately. I've been up on it. So as long as I see them, I get to them as soon as I can, and I'll reply, or I'll send you a heart of love or a like, whatever it may be. And I try to answer you. So if I have some insight, I'll be happy to answer if I get a little insight. All right, take a deep breath. Go within and find your way. Find your way. Thank you for joining me at the Dancing Oracle with Najia.